News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Almost 26,000 residents were forced to leave their homes in eastern Ghana as flooding induced by heavy rains as two hydroelectric dams overflowed in Akosombo and Kipong. The National Disaster Management Organization, or NADMO, said crops have been destroyed and schools closed as local authorities requested people to leave their homes with mostly children and women. NADMO Deputy Chief Saji said most of the affected residents were moved to a safe place, but what they need now is water, food, and medicine. No deaths had been reported. Ghana's Meteorological Service had forecasted more rains this year as the West African country experiences a marked increase in the frequency and unpredictability of weather events amid warnings linked to climate change.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, Russian President Vladimir Putin is currently in Beijing to attend the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative, a program China uses to build massive infrastructure projects across Asia, Africa, Latin America, and parts of Eastern and Southern Europe. Putin will attend the forum, meet Chinese leader Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the forum, and hold a press briefing. This is the Russian president's second trip overseas since the International Criminal Court, or ICC, put out a warrant for his arrest in March. The ICC warrant obligates member countries to detain Putin upon entry into their territory, but neither China nor Kyrgyzstan, whom he visited earlier this month, are members of the ICC. Upon arrival, the Russian leader met with Prime Minister Viktor Orban of Hungary. He also had a brief meeting with Thailand's newly elected Prime Minister Sreta Thavisin and Mongolian President Ukhnagin Khurelsukh. Weeks before Russia invaded Ukraine, Putin and the Chinese leader pledged to have no limits in their bilateral partnership, and Beijing has since become Moscow's most reliable economic and diplomatic partner.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And news from the Philippine Foreign Service Post, in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Philippines and Croatia, the Philippine Embassy in Vienna showcased the diversity and richness of Filipino cuisine in a series of gastronomic events in Zagreb. Renowned Filipina chef Margarita Flores, together with her 6-man team, flew in from Manila to prepare the food in all 3 embassy-organized events. The Philippine Embassy hosted a diplomatic reception at the Sheraton Zagreb Hotel for Croatian government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, private sector representatives, and Filipino community leaders in Croatia. In her remarks, Ambassador to Croatia, Evangelina Lourdes Bernas, briefly touched on the highlights of the Philippines' bilateral relations with Croatia over the last 30 years, including recent high-level interactions between Philippine and Croatian officials. The ambassador expressed her appreciation for the warm welcome and general fair treatment of Filipino workers in Croatia, whose population has grown to 5,137 individuals as of June 30, 2023. In his response, Director General for Political Affairs Petar Mihatov of the Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs of Croatia acknowledged the growing importance of the Philippines and the Asia-Pacific region in world affairs and shared that his country is working developments or is watching developments in the region closely. Ambassador Bernas and DG Mihatov expressed their confidence in the future of Philippines-Croatia bilateral relations and reiterated their continued commitment in strengthening cooperation between both countries. The events in Zagreb were organized by the embassy in close cooperation with the Philippine Honorary Consul General to Zagreb, Davor Stern.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.